We use the internet for almost everything. We connect with our family and friends through social media. We manage our bank accounts from our phones. We shop for groceries. We shop for clothes from our laptops. This digital world makes our lives incredibly convenient. It saves us time and effort. It allows us to access information and services instantly. But this convenience comes with a hidden cost. It opens a door to new kinds of risks. Bad actors, often called hackers or scammers, are always looking for ways to exploit this digital connection. They want to steal our money. They want to access our private information. They want to use our identities for their own gain. We must understand these risks to protect ourselves. Imagine waking up one morning to find your bank account empty. Or picture a stranger sending messages to your friends from your social media account. Consider the stress of someone using your name and personal details to apply for loans. Your password is the digital key to your personal world. It is the first and most important barrier protecting your email, protecting your bank account, protecting your social media profiles. A weak password is like leaving your house key under the doormat. It is the first place a burglar will look. Many people use simple, easy-to-guess passwords like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or password. They often reuse the same password across multiple websites. This is a dangerous habit. If a single one of those websites suffers a data breach, criminals can use that leaked password to try and access all your other accounts. A strong password is your first line of defense. It needs to be long, complex, and unique for every single account you own. So, what makes a password strong? Length is the most critical factor. A short password can be cracked by a computer in seconds. A long password can take centuries. Aim for a password that is at least 12 to 15 characters long. The next factor is complexity. A strong password should be a mix of uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, symbols. For example, a password like Summer1 is weak, but something like 3 Arvakit on 26 is much stronger. The key is to make it unpredictable. Avoid using personal information like your name, your birthday, or your pet's name. These details are often publicly available and are the first things an attacker will try. Remembering dozens of long, complex, and unique passwords seems impossible, and it is. This is where a password manager comes in. A password manager creates and stores all your passwords for you. It acts like a digital vault. You only need to remember one single, very strong master password to unlock the vault. It autofills the right login and can generate strong, random passwords for every new account. Many reputable password managers offer free versions that are more than enough for most people. If you are not ready to use a password manager, another good technique is to create a passphrase. A passphrase is a sequence of random words strung together. For example, correct horse battery staple is a famous example. It is very long, making it hard for computers to guess. But because it is made of real words, it is much easier for a human to remember than a random string of characters like XK7 and QP, ZR09. You can make it even stronger by adding numbers or symbols, such as correct, horse 2 battery, staple. This method is a significant improvement over simple passwords. It provides a good balance between security and memorability. By learning a few simple and effective habits, we can build a strong defense. These habits do not require a deep understanding of technology. They are small actions that provide a large return, greater security, and invaluable peace of mind. The goal is not to become a cybersecurity expert overnight. The goal is to become a more aware and prepared digital citizen. Think of it like locking your front door when you leave your house. You do not need to be a locksmith to understand the importance of that simple action. In the same way, you do not need to be a computer scientist to use a strong password. The steps we will discuss are straightforward, practical, and you can implement many of them in just a few minutes. Let's begin the journey to a safer online life. Even the strongest password can be stolen. A data breach at a company you use could leak your password. You could be tricked into entering it on a fake website. This is why a password alone is no longer enough. We need an additional layer of protection. This layer is called two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. It is also sometimes called multi-factor authentication. Think of it as needing two keys to open a door. Even if a thief steals your first key, your password, they still cannot get in without the second key. This simple step can block the vast majority of attempts to hijack your accounts. After you enter your password correctly, the service will ask you for a second piece of information to prove it is really you. The most common method is a temporary code sent to your smartphone via a text message, or SMS. Another more secure method is to use an authenticator app on your phone, like Google Authenticator or Authy. These apps generate a new, time-sensitive code every 30 seconds. This is generally safer than SMS because text messages can sometimes be intercepted by determined attackers. You should enable two-factor authentication on every account that offers it, especially your critical ones: primary email account, banking and financial accounts, main social media profiles. Your email is particularly important. If an attacker gains access to your email, they can reset the passwords for all your other accounts. Enabling two-factor authentication on your email is like putting a master lock on your entire digital life. Most services let you trust personal devices, so you only provide the code on new or unrecognized devices, a tiny inconvenience for a massive security benefit. Your devices and applications are made of code. This code is incredibly complex. Sometimes it contains small mistakes or vulnerabilities. Developers constantly work to find and fix these holes. When they do, they release a fix as a software update. Updates are a critical part of your digital defense system. Ignoring them is like a broken lock on your window. Attackers actively scan the internet for old, vulnerable software. An unpatched device is an easy target. Keeping software up to date is one of the simplest, most effective measures. This applies to everything you use. Operating systems like Windows and macOS, your smartphone, iOS or Android, and all the applications you have installed, including web browsers and messaging apps. Many devices and apps offer automatic updates. Enable automatic updates whenever available. Devices can download and install updates in the background, often at night. Sometimes an update seems like a hassle. It might require a restart or change how an app looks. That can tempt people to hit "Remind me later" repeatedly. That's a risky habit. The longer you wait, the longer a known vulnerability is open. Like getting a stronger lock delivered and leaving it in the box. Install the new lock as soon as possible. Periodically clean up apps on your phone and computer. Old forgotten apps are often not updated and can become a security risk. Take a few minutes every few months to scroll your installed programs. If you find something you don't recognize or no longer need, uninstall it. That frees up storage space and reduces your attack surface. Fewer apps equals fewer entry points for hackers. A lean, updated digital environment is a safer digital environment. Not all attacks are technical. Some of the most effective attacks target the human mind. This is called phishing. A phishing attack is when a criminal sends you a message that pretends to be from a legitimate company or person, an email that looks like it is from your bank, a text from a delivery service, or a social message from a friend's hacked account. The goal is to trick you into taking an action. Click a malicious link, download an infected file, or reveal sensitive information like your password or credit card number. Phishing messages create urgency or fear. Claiming your account is compromised, an invoice is overdue, or a prize must be claimed quickly. Before you click any link or open any attachment, stop and think. Look for red flags. Check the sender's email address carefully. Often it looks legitimate, but has a small error, like paypa1.com instead of paypal.com. Look at this phishing email. Note the suspicious sender and the generic greeting. If a message asks you to log in, never use the link provided. Instead, type the company's address into your browser or use a saved bookmark. That ensures you are on the real website, not a fake. A fraudulent website can look identical to the real thing and is designed to capture your username and password. Be very wary of unsolicited attachments. These can contain malware that infects your computer as soon as you open them. If you are unsure, contact the company directly using a known method, like the number on the back of your debit card or on the official website. Do not use contact info from the suspicious message. By being skeptical and verifying information independently, you can defeat most phishing attempts. Remember, legitimate companies will almost never ask you for your password. PIN, or full credit card number via email or text. Free public Wi-Fi is a wonderful convenience. Coffee shops, airports, hotels, libraries. It allows us to stay connected, check our email, browse the web. However, these open networks come with significant security risks. Because they are open to anyone, they are also open to attackers. A malicious person on the same network can listen in. This is called a man-in-the-middle attack. On unencrypted sites, they can even see usernames and passwords. The most important rule: treat public Wi-Fi as untrustworthy. Avoid sensitive activities like online banking, credit card checkouts, or accessing work email. Save sensitive tasks for a trusted network like your home Wi-Fi, or use your cellular data connection. Your phone's cellular connection is encrypted and more secure. If you must perform a sensitive task, switch to your data plan or wait until you get home. If you frequently use public Wi-Fi and need to access sensitive information, use a virtual private network or VPN. It creates an encrypted tunnel so all an attacker sees is unintelligible data. Another risk is fake hotspots. Verify the official Wi-Fi name with an employee. Turn off automatic connection to open networks and double-check the SSID before connecting. Confirming the legitimate network is a crucial step. For travelers and remote workers, a reputable VPN plus careful network selection keeps your data private on the go. Your home Wi-Fi network is the gateway to the internet for all your personal devices. Securing it is just as important as locking your front door. Many people never change the defaults. First, change the administrator password and the name of your Wi-Fi network, the SSID. Next, set a strong, long, complex Wi-Fi password. Choose the strongest encryption available, WPA3 or WPA2 if WPA3 isn't available. Avoid WEP and legacy WPA. Create a guest network for visitors. It gives them internet access but keeps your personal devices isolated on the main network. Share the guest password, and keep your main network password private. If a guest's device has malware, the isolation prevents it from reaching your devices. Think about physical and digital security of all devices: computers, phones, smart TVs, voice assistants, security cameras, and other IoT devices. Change default passwords and keep firmware updated, just like your computer and phone. For mobile devices, set a strong passcode or use biometrics like fingerprint or face scan. This protects your data if the phone is lost or stolen. A device that is physically unprotected is an open door to all the accounts and information it contains. Technology is only one part of the security equation. The other, often weaker, part is the human user. Attackers use social engineering, psychological manipulation, to bypass defenses. A common example: a call claiming to be tech support that detected a virus and needs remote access. This is always a scam. Official companies will not call you unsolicited. The best defense is skepticism. Be wary of requests for personal info, money, or device access. If you get a suspicious call, hang up. Find the organization's official number yourself and call back. Never trust caller ID. It can be faked. When visiting an unknown site, check the address bar. Look for the padlock and HTTPS. They mean the connection is encrypted, but not that the site is trustworthy. Phishing sites can still have valid HTTPS. Always be cautious about what you enter. Only download software and files from reputable sources. Avoid pirated software, movies, and music. Pirated downloads often bundle malware, spyware, or ransomware. Be careful with browser extensions. Many are useful, but some are malicious or invasive. Install only from well-known developers and read reviews. Be a cautious, deliberate browser to avoid common web traps and threats. Navigating the digital world can feel complex, but protecting yourself does not have to be overwhelming. A quick checklist can make it simple. We have covered key areas: strong passwords, two-factor authentication, avoiding scams, securing your home network. Each step adds a strong layer to your defense. You do not need to be a technical genius. You just need to be mindful and consistent. Small, simple actions can have a huge impact on your security and peace of mind. Start small. Pick one or two things and spend 10 minutes today putting them into practice. For example, change the password on your primary email account to a strong passphrase. While you're there, enable two-factor authentication. That single action dramatically increases the security of your entire digital life. Check that your devices update automatically. Review app permissions. Does that simple game really need access to your microphone? Secure your home Wi-Fi. Confirm your Wi-Fi password is strong and plan a time to change it if needed. Back up one important folder today. Share one tip with someone who might be vulnerable to scams. You're making progress. Start with 10 minutes today. Your digital safety is in your hands.